Dr. Samuel Hayes, the CEO of a prominent hospital chain. His desk is cluttered with various reports and memos, but one document, in particular, catches his attention: a detailed analysis highlighting severe staff shortages across several hospitals in his network. The report outlines the detrimental effects these shortages are having on patient care and employee morale. Dr. Hayes, a seasoned medical professional who moved into administration after years of direct patient care, feels a growing sense of unease. Despite regular briefings and discussions with his management team, the stark figures and anecdotes in the report make him question if he's getting the full picture of the ground reality. Motivated by a deep commitment to both patient welfare and staff well-being, Dr. Hayes makes a decision. He resolves to see the situation for himself, away from the filtered reports and controlled tours that come with his position. "I need to understand what's really happening out there," he muses aloud, his gaze drifting to the bustling hospital campus visible from his office window. Determined to get an unfiltered look at the operational challenges, Dr. Hayes decides to go undercover as a janitor, a role that will allow him unrestricted access to various departments without drawing attention. He plans his transformation meticulously, arranging for a fake identity and backstory, with the help of a trusted advisor to ensure his integration into the janitorial staff goes unnoticed. The episode closes with Dr. Hayes looking into the mirror, seeing himself for the first time in the janitor's uniform, a stark contrast to his usual suit and tie. His face shows a mix of resolve and apprehension, knowing that what he discovers could change the future of his hospitals. He steps out of his office, ready to embark on a journey that he hopes will lead to meaningful change. The camera follows him as he walks through a door marked "Staff Only," symbolically leaving behind his CEO persona to step into a world of new challenges and discoveries. Dr. Samuel Hayes, now disguised as Sam Howard, joins the hospital's janitorial staff early one Monday morning. The transformation from CEO to janitor is complete, with his appearance altered to blend in, his hair slightly unkempt, wearing plain work clothes and sturdy shoes. He arrives with a morning shift, feeling the weight of his role not just in his attire, but in his approach to this new world. As Sam, he is introduced to the team by the head of janitorial services, a stern but fair manager named Gloria, who believes Sam is a new hire needing guidance. She walks him through the hospital's expansive corridors, explaining the duties and areas of responsibility. The hospital is a labyrinth of activity, with medical staff bustling about, patients and families navigating the halls, and behind-the-scenes workers like himself unnoticed but pivotal. Sam's first task is to shadow a seasoned janitor, Mike, who shows him the ropes. As they push their cleaning carts through the floors, Mike points out the high-traffic areas that need frequent attention and shares a few tricks of the trade for removing stubborn stains and efficiently managing cleanup spills. The physicality of the job is immediately apparent: hours of pushing, bending, and scrubbing, all requiring stamina and resilience. During his first day, Sam quickly notices the palpable tension and the hurried pace at which everyone works. The staff shortages are evident. Nurses juggle multiple patients, doctors move rapidly from room to room, and there is a constant call for more hands. The janitorial staff, too, is stretched thin, covering more area than is manageable, leading to delays in cleaning rooms, which in turn delays patient admissions and discharges. As he works, Sam listens and observes. He hears snippets of conversations between exhausted nurses discussing double shifts and the lack of adequate breaks. He sees the frustration on the faces of family members waiting for rooms to be prepared. Every observation underscores the critical issues stemming from the staff shortages that he had read about but is only now beginning to fully grasp. This initial exposure lays a solid foundation for Dr. Hayes' undercover mission, setting the stage for deeper insights into the everyday challenges that affect both patient care and employee morale. As he ends his first day, wiping down the surfaces of an empty patient room, he reflects on the vast gap between executive decisions and their impact on frontline workers. This realization strengthens his resolve to uncover more and ultimately drive meaningful change within his hospitals. The episode closes with Sam, alone in the dimly lit room, taking a moment to process his day, a moment of solitude amidst the chaos of his new reality. As Dr. Samuel Hayes, undercover as janitor Sam Howard, continues his immersion into the daily operations of the hospital, the depth of the staff shortages becomes painfully clear. Each shift brings new challenges that highlight how these deficiencies are not just inconveniences but critical lapses affecting patient care and staff morale. One busy afternoon, Sam is assigned to the emergency department, a high-stress environment where the impact of the staffing crisis is most acute. He watches as nurses struggle to maintain patient care amidst a backlog of individuals waiting for treatment. The emergency room is overcrowded, with patients on stretchers lining the hallways due to a lack of available clean rooms. Sam sees firsthand the domino effect of the janitorial staff's inability to turn over rooms quickly enough, directly resulting in delayed admissions and extended wait times. While cleaning, Sam overhears a conversation between two emergency room nurses. They discuss a recent incident where a critical patient had to wait an unusually long time for a clean room, leading to a near-miss situation. The nurses express frustration and concern, noting that such scenarios have become more frequent and they feel powerless to change the situation. Their conversation reveals not only the direct implications for patient safety, but also the emotional toll on the staff who enter the profession to care for patients, not to manage logistics failures. Later that day, Sam assists in the pediatric ward, where the effects of understaffing are differently manifested. The pediatric nurses, tasked with providing both medical and emotional support to their young patients, are visibly exhausted, unable to spend as much time with each child as they need. Sam cleans around a nurse comforting a crying child, whose mother had to leave due to the restricted visiting hours exacerbated by the staffing shortages. Throughout his shifts, Sam also notices the morale among the janitorial staff. They work diligently, but are often overlooked, their efforts taken for granted. During a short break, he chats with a fellow janitor who shares that the increased workload without corresponding staff increases has led to burnout, and many consider leaving for less demanding jobs. Each observation solidifies Sam's understanding of the cascading effects of staff shortages. He realizes that resolving these issues will require a multifaceted approach addressing not just numbers, but also how resources are allocated and managed. The day ends with Sam reflecting on the stories and data he has gathered, contemplating the changes needed to rectify the situation. He knows that impactful decisions await him upon shedding his undercover identity, decisions that will shape the future of patient care and workplace morale at the hospital. The episode closes on a thoughtful note, with Sam jotting down his thoughts and observations in a small notebook, a record of the ground realities that will inform his actions as CO. As Dr. Samuel Hayes continues his undercover work as Sam Howard, he makes it a point to engage more directly with the various hospital staff members beyond the janitorial team. His aim is to gather a broader perspective on how staff shortages affect different facets of hospital operations and employee experiences. During his shifts, Sam makes an effort to assist in various departments, providing him opportunities to interact with a range of hospital employees. One day, while helping in the oncology ward, he encounters Sarah, a nurse who has been with the hospital for over 10 years. While they restock supplies together, Sarah shares her insights into how the shortages have changed the nature of her work. She explains that the reduced staff not only increases her workload, but also diminishes the quality of care she can provide. It's not just about having fewer hands to help, she tells Sam. It's about how each patient needs more than we can give right now, and that's what keeps me up at night. Sam also spends time in the cafeteria, where he sits with different groups of employees during lunch breaks. Here, he hears a variety of concerns from administrative staff, technicians, and even doctors who feel the strain of the shortages in their daily work. A recurring theme in these conversations is the ripple effect of understaffing, leading to longer hours, increased stress, and a general sense of being undervalued by the hospital administration. One particularly impactful interaction occurs when Sam helps a maintenance worker fix a broken wheelchair. The worker, named Carlos, has been doubling up his duties, covering for absent colleagues. Carlos discusses the physical toll of his expanded responsibilities, expressing concern over the lack of recognition and support for higher management. We're all doing more than our job descriptions, but it feels like nobody upstairs notices, Carlos confides. These candid discussions deepen Sam's understanding of the pervasive impact of the staffing crisis. He notes the shared feelings of frustration and fatigue, but also the commitment to patient care that keeps the staff going despite the challenges. These insights are crucial for Sam as he considers the kind of leadership and organizational changes needed to address these issues effectively. As his undercover stint progresses, Sam continues to document his experiences and the stories he hears, preparing for the eventual reveal and the substantial decisions he will need to make. Each interaction, each story adds layers to his understanding of the hospital's dynamics, shaping his approach to future leadership. The episode concludes with Sam alone in a storage room, reflecting on his day and the immense responsibility he feels to initiate change. The solitude of the moment contrasts with the complexity of his emotions, highlighting the weight of knowledge he has gained and the path he must take to transform that knowledge into action. As Dr. Samuel Hayes, undercover as Janitor Sam Howard, continues to navigate the hospital's corridors. A critical incident unfolds that starkly highlights the dire consequences of the staff shortages. One afternoon, while Sam is cleaning in the cardiology wing, a medical emergency erupts. A patient suffers a severe heart attack in the waiting area, requiring immediate intervention. The situation escalates quickly as the medical team scrambles to respond. However, the nearest available defibrillator is not in its usual place due to a previous emergency, and there's confusion over its current location. Sam watches in distress as precious seconds tick away. The medical staff, already stretched thin, struggle to maintain composure and efficiency amidst the chaos. Finally, a nurse finds the defibrillator in another section of the wing, and the team manages to stabilize the patient. This incident profoundly impacts Sam, as he witnesses firsthand the potential life-or-death implications of the staffing issues. The delay caused by the misplaced equipment and the initial lack of immediate response could have cost a patient their life. The medical staff's frustration is palpable, with several members expressing their anger and helplessness about the ongoing resource constraints. Reflecting on the incident, Sam realizes the critical need for systemic changes. It becomes clear that addressing the staffing shortages isn't just about increasing numbers, but also about improving organizational systems to ensure that all resources, including equipment and medical supplies, are efficiently managed and accessible. Moved by the incident, Sam decides it's time to gather the hospital leaders for an urgent discussion. He arranges a covert meeting with the heads of various departments, still maintaining his janitorial guise, to discuss the systemic issues that have led to such dangerous situations. During the meeting, Sam listens as department heads voice their concerns and frustrations, many of which echo the sentiments he has heard from the frontline staff. This meeting solidifies Sam's resolve to initiate significant changes within the hospital. He recognizes that the solutions must be comprehensive, addressing not only the physical resources, but also the workflows and communication systems that critically uphold the hospital's operations. As the episode closes, Sam, still in his disguise, takes a quiet moment in the hospital chapel to reflect on the weight of his discoveries and the changes he needs to implement. He is determined to turn these insights into actions that will safeguard patient care and enhance staff morale, knowing that the path forward will require courage, commitment, and a radical shift in the hospital's management and operational philosophy. After the critical incident in the cardiology wing and the revealing discussions with department heads, Dr. Samuel Hayes, still undercover as Janitor Sam Howard, reaches a pivotal moment in his mission. He spends a night after his shift in a secluded part of the hospital garden, reflecting deeply on everything he has witnessed and learned. The gravity of the situation is clear, and he understands that comprehensive changes are necessary to address the issues effectively. Sam drafts a detailed plan for change, focusing on immediate and long-term solutions to revamp the hospital's staffing and operational systems. His plan includes staff augmentation. Recognizing the urgent need for more hands on deck, Sam decides to advocate for hiring additional staff across various departments, particularly in critical care units where the risks of understaffing are most severe. Resource management improvements. The incident with the defibrillator highlights a broader issue with resource management. Sam plans to implement a new hospital-wide system for tracking and managing medical equipment and supplies to ensure that all necessary resources are readily available and easy to locate in emergencies. Enhanced communication protocols. To prevent the kind of dangerous delays seen during the emergency, Sam wants to introduce more robust communication tools and protocols, ensuring that all staff, from janitors to surgeons, are better informed and coordinated in real time. Staff support and wellness programs. Acknowledging the emotional and physical toll on the staff, Sam includes proposals for new wellness programs, including stress management workshops, flexible scheduling options, and better support systems for mental health. Training and development. To raise the standard of care and ensure all staff are equipped to handle their roles effectively, Sam plans to boost training programs, focusing on both technical skills and patient interaction, reinforcing the hospital's commitment to quality care and patient safety. Transparency and inclusion. Lastly, Sam realizes the importance of making the hospital's operations more transparent. He plans to establish regular open forums and feedback sessions where staff at all levels can share concerns, suggest improvements, and feel genuinely heard by the administration. Armed with this comprehensive plan, Sam prepares to end his undercover stint. The episode closes with him looking out over the city skyline from the hospital roof, the dawn light symbolizing a new beginning. He is determined to lead the hospital into a future where staff shortages no longer compromise patient care and where every employee feels valued and supported. His resolve is firm, and he feels ready to shed his janitorial disguise and step back into his role as CEO with a new vision for his hospital. The day arrives for Dr. Samuel Hayes to reveal his true identity and share the insights and changes he plans to implement. The hospital staff is gathered in the main auditorium for what they believe is a routine all-hands meeting. The room buzzes with conversation until Sam, still in his janitorial disguise, steps onto the stage. The murmurs quiet down as he begins to speak, initially about the dedication he has seen and the challenges the staff faces daily. Mid-speech, Sam removes his janitor's cap and jacket, revealing his usual business attire underneath. The room falls completely silent with shock and confusion as he introduces himself formally as Dr. Samuel Hayes, the CEO. The reveal sends a ripple through the crowd, but as the initial shock wears off, Sam explains his reasons for going undercover and what he has learned from the experience. He speaks candidly about the critical incident in the cardiology wing, the conversations with various staff members, and the systemic issues that need addressing. He expresses his deep appreciation for the staff's hard work and commitment under challenging conditions and acknowledges that the administration must do better to support them. Following the reveal, Sam outlines his comprehensive plan for change. Immediate hiring initiatives to alleviate staff shortages. A new resource management system for better equipment tracking and availability. Enhanced communication protocols to streamline operations and emergency responses. The introduction of staff support and wellness programs to improve workplace morale and mental health. An expansion of training programs to ensure high standards of patient care. Regular open forums for staff feedback to foster a more inclusive and transparent hospital culture. The staff, initially stunned, begin to respond positively, particularly to the proposed improvements that directly address their most pressing concerns. Relief and hopeful murmurs fill the room as they realize the potential for genuine improvement in their working conditions and patient care. Over the following months, Sam, back in his role as CEO, leads the implementation of these changes. He remains deeply involved, frequently checking in on the progress and maintaining open lines of communication with all levels of staff. The hospital sees a marked improvement in morale and efficiency as new hires fill critical gaps, updated equipment reduces delays, and staff feel more supported both personally and professionally. The series culminates with a follow-up meeting in the auditorium, 6 months later, where Sam and the hospital staff review the changes. Testimonials from various employees, including those Sam worked closely with while undercover, highlight the positive impact of the new initiatives. Patient care metrics have improved, staff turnover has decreased, and the hospital is rated higher in national healthcare surveys. The episode closes with Sam thanking the staff for their role in transforming the hospital. He reaffirms his commitment to continuous improvement and shared leadership, ensuring that the hospital's future is brighter not just for the patients but for everyone who works there. The final scenes show the hospital staff re-energized and more confident, going about their duties with a new sense of purpose and pride, embodying the change that collaborative leadership and understanding can bring about.